What's going on, y'all? It's A-Fizzle here. Hope y'all having a good day. Hope y'all had a great week. It's been a crazy 3 weeks for your guy. But nonetheless, things will get better. I will get better. But it's not about me. This is about 9/11. As y'all know, this is the 20th anniversary of 9/11. For us 90s kids and even the 80s kids and the Gen Xers and the baby boomers who was around on September 11th, 2001, you knew what happened. And for Gen Xers and millennials, you have a consensus of where you was at when you heard the news. Me personally, I was in the 6th grade when this happened. It was about 11:35 a.m. and the principal or the secretary at our school had announced on the PA, everybody report to your homerooms this instant. And that's what we did. We went to our homerooms. Next thing you know, the TV was on, and I think it was on CNN. I don't remember the exact channel, but I think it was CNN. And we just seen some buildings on fire. Now, at the time, we did not know, well, I can't say we, I can't speak for my classmates. I did not know what was going on. I just knew some buildings was on fire. So, and as we kept listening, that's when we got the news that they flown some planes right into the twin towers, and it was trying to get everybody out of the building safely. But unfortunately, there's about hundreds of people who wound up losing their life that day in that corresponding building. And I think also some people who was in that plane, maybe the pilot, he probably also lost his life that day too. Now, I don't know if that information is correct, so if I'm not, please correct me on it. But I'm about sure that I'm correct though. And I think a lot of people, this is just my personal opinion, I think a lot of people were very scared and nervous at that time because, you know, you just had that tragedy and you're really unsure if it could happen in your city, it could happen in your school, it could happen at your job, where planes fly into it and take you out. You know, I think it was just a lot of uncertainty going on that day. I mean, at that time, especially the rest of that week. And the thing was, it was just that morning I woke up because the Broncos played on Monday Night Football that night before against the New York Giants. And it's fitting that 2001, the Denver Broncos, my Denver Broncos, opened up the season against the New York Football Giants. At the time, the Broncos had just opened up Invesco Field, which is now Empire Field. New York Giants, on the other hand, were just coming off an NFC title and getting beat in the Super Bowl by the Baltimore Ravens. So, you know, both teams were, the Broncos, on the other hand, also made the playoffs that previous year. Also lost to the Ravens, though, but in the wild card round. So, at the time, both teams were really good. And now, 20 years later, both the Broncos and the Giants are opening up the season against each other. This time up at MetLife. And this time, both teams have had 4 years of tumultuous ineptitude. So, it's kind of fitting that these two teams are opening up the season against one another. And I think also, if I recall a theme that's going on, is certain other matchups that are adjacent. Because you look back 2001, the Redskins, I'm not calling them the football team, so miss me with that. The Redskins opened up the season against the Chargers. This year, 20 years later, the Redskins opened up the season against the Chargers. So, you know, it's some coincidences there. Also, the Buccaneers opened up the season against the Cowboys in 2001. 20 years later, they opened up the season against each other once again. So, there's a lot of coincidences with 2001 and 2021. 20th anniversary of 9/11 is. But back to 9/11. But I just remember waking up that morning. The Broncos had just defeated the Giants 31-20 on Monday Night Football. And I think at the time, the Giants players were probably getting ready to go back to New York and game plan for the following matchup. I think it might have been against the Packers. And then 3 hours later, after I saw that score, no, 4 hours later, it was about 7 a.m. when I saw the score. But 4 hours later, the Twin Towers happened, that they got attacked. A lot of people lost their life. And I know for the Giants, it was kind of hard for them to get back to New York because, all that's going on. I'm pretty sure LaGuardia and JFK was shut down because they didn't want anybody coming to New York. They didn't want anybody leaving New York because of what's happening, And why I keep on bringing up sports is because it segues to my next point, and I commend the country for this. After the Twin Towers went down, not the Twin Towers. After the plane attacked the Twin Towers, it was a lot. Like I said, a lot of uncertainty was about to happen. But the smart move that did happen is that later on that day, they decided to not have any sports for the next 7 days, from September 11th till September 17th. So, all the college football games, all the NFL games that were supposed to go down that weekend, they got pushed back to the final week of the regular season of their corresponding leagues. And the season will resume the following weekend because I felt like the world felt that the athletes need to be with their families. To show that, hey, appreciate one another. That's why I made the videos that I made. Live your life. And I also mentioned in my couple Monday Vibes, appreciate your life. Appreciate the people around you because you never know when you're going to leave this planet Earth. Today could be your last day. You don't even know it until the events leading up to it happen for you. So enjoy it while you're here. Like AJ Johnson said in Baby Boy, enjoy the world while you're here and just pray that there's a better world than this when you're gone. Until your day has come, until it's time for you to meet the Lord in person, don't even think about death. Don't. Enjoy life. If you feel like your life is messed up, go get it fixed. Go talk to somebody. That's why I say go talk to somebody. Go to therapy, go to rehab, counseling, whatever. Just know that somebody is there to listen. And, you can always go to church, talk to a pastor, Sometimes pastors and reverends are really good help. Talk to the Lord as well, He's always going to give you a good sign. And obviously, he can't talk to you physically, but he's going to give you the signs. And you're going to notice them as the days progress, that this is a path that Lord wants you to go, so. But yeah, that's my memories of 9/11, 2001. Like I said, just being in the 6th grade, going to sit in our homeroom, and then watching everything just compounded on television. It wasn't just for our classes. It was the entire school. 7th graders and 8th graders had to do the same thing too. So this was a really big deal in 2001. Obviously we had, you got your hurricanes, and all that. But this, in my opinion, was, and obviously he had some really catastrophic things in the early part of the 20th century. But to me, in my 31 years of living, this was the most catastrophic thing that's ever happened in my lifespan. And because I never would have guessed that this would have happened. My thoughts, how I was feeling about it, I was like, whoa, this just happened. Because, at the time, it just makes you, appreciate life, yo. No, I'm not saying to cry, just, there's still a balance there. See, there you go. But I think it united us as a country, too. Like, because, you got these people don't fool with these people, or this side don't fool with that side. But I think for that 1 week, I think we all came together as a country. Like, we are brothers and sisters. We all live in this one country. Now, granted, we may have different opinions of certain things. We may have different ideologies. We may have different mindsets, but we share this country together. And we have to make, we have to, not make, but what's the word I'm looking for? We have to be the proud American citizens that we know we are. We may not say it, but a lot of us, if not all of us, I say most of us are proud U.S. citizens. We're proud to be a part of this country. We're proud to be from this country. It's not a knock on any other country, but USA. This is our home. A lot of us were born and raised in the States. We move around, but USA is home, and we got to represent our home country with pride. We gotta come together, and just so that we can be united. It's right there in the name, United States, united. We gotta be united, y'all. And that's just my mindset in 2001. So when this all happened, it was, like I said, it was just it was so surreal. It was so shocking, like that somebody literally flown a plane right there into the Twin Towers. And mind y'all, just a couple weeks ago, Aaliyah just passed away. Also, in a plane wreck. A lot of us are still grieving over Aaliyah's passing. We are still yet to get over her passing. So, and then this happened. It was just, I think it was just way too much. In the, I said, okay, August 25th, September 4th, 1st, 8th, in a 2.5 week span. I think it was, 2.5 week span. It was just too much at that time. So, because we got to say rest in peace to more people, especially hundreds of people that should not have lost their life that day. It should have. A lot of them should still be here, because I'm about certain that some will probably have lost their life within the next 20 years anyway. You never know. But at that time frame, those people who lost their life should have been here today, still living. But a selfish act deprived all that. You got kids at that time who are not going to see their mom again, who are not going to see their dad again, who are not going to see their aunts or uncles or grandparents ever again because of that situation. I think some of those people were even fallen soldiers in the military too. So that's another thing, right? And that's why I feel like anytime you wake up, you may not do it right there, but you should always thank the Lord for letting you see another day, because those people, they're not gonna get opportunity to do that again. It's not trying to pile on. It's just being thankful, being grateful that you're still here, because you don't have to be here. You don't. You could be exiled from this world. So while you're still here, breathing, be thankful. If you're sick, go get well. If you're hurting mentally and all that, go talk to somebody. Just do anything to keep you here. Don't drift yourself into a further abyss to where there's no coming back from, and then you're too far gone to be saved, and it just your life goes down, and your lifespan just goes downhill. Then you wind up costing yourself your life. It's not worth it. But yeah, that's my take on 9/11. 2001. For those who are around, I know you Gen Zers are probably y'all. A lot of y'all way too young to remember this. Some, the oldest Gen Zers will probably just learn how to talk when 9/11 happened, and good bulk of them wasn't even here, so they couldn't fathom how a lot of us felt because we were here, we witnessed it. Even like the youngest of millennials who were in elementary school in 2001, they could fathom it. They was here. They witnessed it. I'm sure they went through the same situation as we did in middle school when they had us watching it and seeing it right there. They probably went through the same stuff in elementary school. Like, yo, this is history. Not good history, but it's history. You're going to learn about this in your history books when you get older. You're going to revisit this as you get older. It's just, there's no sense of buts about it. So anybody who's watching this, if you remember what you was doing on 9/11 when this all went down, I know a lot of the older people will say that it was at work. But like, what was your fondest memories? Did you, was you at work? Did y'all get sent home early? Now, as far as us, we didn't get sent home early. We still had to continue the rest of the day, and we still had to go to school the rest of the week. I felt like, in my personal opinion, it's maybe a double-edged sword. I felt like we should have had the rest of the week off so we could be with our families. And that goes for our parents. I feel like they should have been off of work the rest of the week so we could all be closer to each other and appreciate one another. Yeah, only backside about that is like we got out of school May 31st. That means we would have been in school in June. But hey, I was so used to going to school in June when I was in elementary school, so it wouldn't have made any difference in 6th grade. So, but what was y'all doing on 9/11? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to make this a premiere so y'all can chat along with me. And that's that. That's really my memories of 9/11. So, y'all be easy. Till next time, A-Fizzle signing out. Like I said, enjoy life. Appreciate your family. Appreciate your friends. Get well. Go get help if needed. And that's that. I'm out.